Welcome to Street MBA, where we discuss entrepreneurship from an evidence-based and practical perspective. Our objective being to create a network of business people who are bringing value to their communities. And what are we saying today? We're saying get your money. That's what we're talking about today on Street MBA, how to get money for your business, why you need money for your business. That sounds like it would be common sense why you would need money. It's always a need for money. Even a very special book that I read often says that money answers all things. That's something to think about right there, isn't it? So, before we really get to dive in and get into the nitty-gritty, I want you to know that I appreciate everybody that works here on Street MB. I don't know if you noticed right here, but we got a brand new studio. We in a high rise doing big things. The show is evolving because we got dedicated people behind the scenes. So I just want to show love real quick to my people. Thank you, everybody that's working behind the scenes here at Now Media on the show, Increasing Street MBA. I want everybody in the world to know that these people are appreciated. It's not just about me. That's why I say I'm just a man in front of the camera. Now, getting back into the show, I want you to know we got a lot of great stuff, so I need you to stay tuned. You're watching Street MBA. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Patria Leone. I believe in every single thing that I do, and I want you to do the same. You deserve to look and feel beautiful or handsome. Be empowered. You're entitled to be at your best mind, physical, and financial fitness. As the CEO of Health for Wealth, I've developed a 4-pillar method based on your mindset, overall health and wellness, relationships, and finances. All of these are the foundation of your life, and they integrate whether it's in your business or your personal life. I've been down, and I've had some strong struggles and challenges. And I'm convinced that every habit and behavior creates your choices, and you become the sum of your choices. You want to feel better, look better, eat better, think better, work better, love better, perform better, be better. What are you waiting for? Remember, you have only one life, one body, and one mind. And there's a solution to every circumstance, and it starts with you. It's time for you to take charge and thrive now. Invest in yourself. To schedule your free 30-minute consultation that has every potential to change everything, call now at 602-910-1340 or visit forhealthywealthy.com. You can follow me on Instagram at Patria Leone or follow me on Facebook at Health for Wealth LLC. And don't forget to check out my podcast on YouTube at Health for Wealth.
It takes money to make money. Show me the money. You've heard all the cliches, haven't you? If you misconstrue that statement right there, it takes money to make money, then you might actually get hopeless. Because if you don't have any money, then how will you ever make any money? If it takes money to make money, then where do you start? That's why a lot of people feel like they're in a dead end in regards to business. Because they don't really know where to start. I know I'm saying this over and over and over again to you because there are people out there that are really asking themselves, do I have what it takes to be the entrepreneur that I aspire to be? And I just want to take just a quick moment to inspire you and to let you know that if you simply have the desire, listen, and if you have enough confidence to share your idea, what you think might be just a small idea with somebody around you that you have a little bit of confidence in, that you may trust just a little bit, enough just to articulate what your idea is to them, then you may find that someone to support you, and you learn that it's really easy what it is that you may want to accomplish. Listen, I just had a meeting with a lady yesterday who's very accomplished in her field of marketing, and I have a project I'm working on with our company. Listen, this is about getting money now. I want you to know this is going to all come together for you, because listen, it takes money to make money. So we're putting together a senior event, right? Real big deal, a red carpet event, casino night. I got big vision because I want to do big things for my community, because I want to show the appreciation for the people that are around me. I have the opportunity to be a conduit to somebody so they can be blessed. So I'm trying to raise some money, people. This isn't an appeal. I'm not going to put up a GoFundMe at the bottom of the page. I just want to illustrate a point to you. So I'm talking to this lady that's very accomplished in marketing, and then she says to me, and I tell her what I need to do, the things I need to accomplish, the objective of the entire meeting that we want to put together, the party we're putting together for the seniors, and then the sponsorship levels that I believe we should do in order to accomplish the goal of funding the entire party. Now, when I tell her what it is that I need to do, you know what she says to me? She doesn't say to me, oh man, I don't know how you're going to do that, but I think I can help you a little bit, but listen, no, she didn't say that. You know what she said? She said, that's easy. I said to her, what? And in the conversation that I had with her, she kept saying those two words to me, that little phrase, that's easy. Why was it easy for Miss Anita McBride that I was talking to? Why was it easy for her? It's easy for her because she knows what she's doing. It's easy for her because she has experience. It's easy for her because she started somewhere. She started out, she started working, she started moving toward her goal, and now 25 years later, after being in the business, she can say, it's easy to raise the amount of money. I don't even want to tell you the amount of money on this broadcast here, because there's going to be people on both sides of the spectrum. And I don't want people to get confused, discouraged, or encouraged, or overly encouraged, I should say, by that particular number. Because some people say, wow, I don't know how you ever do that. Then there's another group of people that are watching, which is really illustrating my point, that'll say, oh, just like the lady I was talking to yesterday said, that's easy. So we're here on the show trying to make it easy for you. We're taking our experience and we're depositing it to you. Now, we're talking about getting money. Are your house finances and your business finances the same thing? Do they operate on the same principles? That's actually a question that we can get our expert to answer later on in the show. But what I want to talk to you about is just even getting started. So let's just say, for instance, let's just create a scenario real fast. Because I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm the marketing director of GGC Group. And that's my website right there. That's my office phone right there. You can call us and you can get insurance consultation if you would like. You can also get a business consultation as well. You could call us and that consultation would be free of charge. I would discuss with you the things that you need in regards to your business. Everything we talk about here on this show is very general. But if you wanted to talk to me about some specific things that you needed for your business, if you wanted to talk to me about how to even obtain your name from the state, from the Secretary of State for your particular state, because we can talk about this because the rules apply across the board in the United States for the most part. Nevertheless, when I would talk with you, we would break down and see and do a needs analysis, see exactly what you would need in that initial consultation. And at the end of that consultation, we would discuss how you wanted to move forward with your business. What exactly the steps that you need to take to move forward, to go from just having an idea to moving it into actually executing your vision. So, if you have any sense in your mind, you would know that that consultation wouldn't be free. No, the consultation wouldn't be free. Why? That's what we're in business for. We're in business to make money. That's what makes the world go around. Money answers all things. Do you remember that? So, do I even have to say it out loud? Because at the end of the day, I'm going to send you an invoice after that business consultation so we can move forward into some business coaching or actually executing the services for you. I don't have to coach you how to do it. We can actually go to the computer, go to the website, register your name for your business, help you get set up with a bank account, all that stuff that you may feel overwhelmed about. But at the end of the day, I'm going to send you an invoice for those services because, hey, I got to be paid for my time, right? And then do I have to say it out loud again? It takes money to make money. That's how you land right back to that cliche. So what you need to begin to have in your mind, for those of us who are still trying to figure it out, is how do you set yourself up? We're going to talk a bit about that with our interview coming up. How do you even begin to set yourself up so you're ready and prepared to even have a business? And then, since we're talking more high level, we're going to talk about strategizing and how you can begin to set up an infrastructure for your business so you're not recreating things because you started off small. Are you with me? See, because many times a mistake that we can make in business is that we start off one way because we don't know anything about business at all. So we're doing the best that we can. We're just in survival mode in regards to our business, but that can cause us to make some detrimental mistakes that we then have to rebuild off of. That's why I spent so much time in that first show talking about your name, what's in a name, because it's important because your name will always be a reference point for your business. Whatever your name was, you will always be formally known as whoever you were in the very beginning. So that's why it's important. That's why we're trying to set the stage. We're not trying to procrastinate because that's another demon that we have to fight as well. We're not trying to procrastinate, but we are trying to do proper preparation. And as we're in motion, as we're executing these things, we're learning more and more and more. Because if you're going to be a truly successful enterprise, then you have to always innovate. That's why I appreciate it so much, the work that the producers are doing behind the scene, even with the set, because they're innovating. That tells me that there's energy behind the show. That tells me that people are watching and people want more, so we're going to give more solid content. So I need you to stay with me because I have a dynamic individual coming. Yes. Yes, Mr. Malcolm Pryor from Pryor Capital is coming to educate us about finance. We're going to have a low-level discussion. Then we're going to take a deeper dive into some things about business finance. You're going to get your socks blessed off. Get ready. Pull them up right now because we're coming back. Street MBA. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Mike Mogel, the CEO of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. A clean and disinfected space is essential to keeping your customers and your staff healthy, safe, and productive while preventing the spread of COVID-19. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with more than 20 years experience in janitorial, restaurant, post-construction, and floor maintenance cleaning. We really make it shine. We are focused on quality cleaning and wellness in our customer spaces. Our team is professionally trained to ensure not a spot is missed, and we use products that are safe for your property and your people. Our services are tailored to your individual needs and include expert floor care, dusting, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, detailing, glass cleaning, and deep disinfecting. Our experienced team is here to make your office as comfortable and clean as possible. Visit our website at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call us today at 832-689-7996. Now that's a clean sweep.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
Welcome back to Street MBA. I'm excited for my first guest, Mr. Malcolm Pryor from Pryor Capital. We're ready to dive in. Welcome, sir, to Street MBA.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here.
Good to see you, man, Mr. CEO. I see you, big dog status there. Tell us a little about Pryor Capital and what you do.
Well, Pryor Capital, we actually help small business owners achieve capital, obtain capital. That's the most important part in a business, of course, is the startup and the most difficult. So that's one thing that we specialize in with for small business owners.
So how did you even get into finance, sir?
Oh my goodness. Started off working for a mortgage broker back in the 90s.
Okay.
Straight commission.
Uh-huh. Now that's a scary thing right there, working straight commission.
Yes.
Listen,
yes.
you eat what you can.
Learning the business, started off in real estate financing and then evolved into business lending.
Okay.
But it's been exciting though.
So
Yes.
you were in you say commercial lending. So were you working with businesses necessarily, or were you just when you talk about commercial lending, what are you talking about now?
Yeah. Well, I started off in like commercial and residential,
Okay.
mainly in real estate, doing properties. But then I evolved to doing the business loans because I had a passion for helping small business owners achieve that dream that they desire.
Right. So let me
That's
ask
been
you
a
this.
passion
Let
for me
me
for a while.
ask you this, sir. You mentioned already that you worked in the home and the commercial, and we just mentioned I brushed up against that a bit in my first segment about is there a difference? So can you answer that question for us? Is there a difference in regards to home finance and how that operates and business finance?
Yes. So the home financing is more like personal homes. Your primary homes are more difficult to obtain financing because mainly you
Wait,
have to
wait, wait,
have
wait,
full
wait.
documentation.
Wait, sir, sir, sir,
W-2s.
sir,
Mhm.
wait. Did you just tell my audience that it's harder to get a home loan than it is to get a business loan? Is
Well,
that what you
nowadays
just
it
said?
is. Yeah, it's more difficult now. We have other avenues now where you can achieve business loans to make it easier than going after like a resident or real estate loan because it's full documentation. Yes.
So, sir, I know you work in finance, so you may not be aware of this, but I am certain that 90% of our audience, 90% of the people who out there, period, believe that it would be harder to secure business financing than it is to get home financing.
Yeah. Sometimes it is more difficult. It just kind of depends on the person. Most business owners are self-employed, so that there prevents them from qualifying for residential homes because of the full documentation.
Okay,
But
so
then
I don't want us to pull up our skirt too much because we got to save some for the next segment. We in some deep
Okay.
waters right now. Let's talk about prior capital, and I want to know
Yes.
something about this is what I want to know from every business owner. What's the hardest lesson that you received in your business life?
For me, just setting up a business is identifying who you are.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, who are you? When you want to start a business, maybe you hear about a business and a person tells you, hey, man, I was successful in this thing. Okay. So you would assume that you would probably be just as successful. But who are you? What's your personality? I mean, are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Are you a shark? So the biggest thing in setting up a business, even before the startup, is identifying who you are.
Why is it important to know who I am? Because I'm just trying to sell some stuff so I can feed my kids. So, what
Right.
exactly? Why you think there's such importance on knowing my personality and knowing self?
Yes. So you just hit on the spot. Sales. So you talk about a person that's geared towards sales.
Okay.
That person needs to kind of have like a generally have a shark mentality. Have to be out there, outgoing personality.
Okay.
Uh, Now introverts, as myself, we tend to be more geared towards management. So you
Okay.
can still have a business, but you can have other people that you manage or that you train, and you can benefit from those people, their commission. So it's very important that you identify who you are. Okay, like me, um, I talk to about 5 to 10 people a day. Okay, that's
Okay.
it. I'm an introvert. Now, a person like yourself, salesperson, can probably talk to 20, 30, 15, 30 people a day, which that's required in order for sales. You got to go out there and you got to talk to a lot of people. But the 5 people that I talk to, I have a very intimate relationship. I have a relationship with that person. So, you know, so you have to identify who you are and your skills in business so that you can be successful.
So you're talking about recognizing your strengths. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So if you realize what your personality is, then and who you are, then you don't have to detach who you are as a person when you go into business. You need to just figure out which lane you need to be in regards to your business. I love this saying right here I heard from a wise man. He said, just because Miss Mabel can fry chicken doesn't mean she needs to run the restaurant. That makes all the sense in the world. It's not to say that Miss Mabel is incapable or she's less than because her talent is frying chicken. No, some people just ain't good with numbers. Some people just ain't good with management and keeping people accountable. So if that's not your personality, if what you have, what you bring, can actually bring the noise, so to speak, in regards to some fried chicken, if that chicken is so good, then we as a community need to get around you to help you manage it, to help you market it, and do all the other things that that business involves. So I like what you're saying in regards to learning who you are so you can be effective in what you do. So what you're already talking about then is beginning to create a team, right? You're talking about
Yes.
creating a team so you have people around you because, like you said,
Exactly.
you're good at managing, right? But going
Yes.
out and looking for the clients, that's not necessarily your thing. So how did you?
Right.
But even in the beginning of business, you wasn't able just to hire somebody to go out there and market. I know you did. You've already told us you did have, because this is something too. I want to make sure our audience gets, because I make sure every business owner I catch you, because what you've already told us is that you worked in commercial and residential lending, and then obviously since you have prior capital now, you branched out on your own. So you took the
Yes.
skills from the job, right, that you had, and then you began to create an enterprise. Can you flesh that out a bit more for us and how that evolution occurred for you?
Yes, I mean it was difficult at first, because again, my personality, sales driven. When you talk about being a loan officer,
Right.
it's a sales, generated type business. So if you're not sales oriented, or the personality is not in sales, then that could be a problem for you. But it's not to give up, but it's to be aware of that. So what I've done was I've built an expertise in what I do, and then I share that expertise with others and train them to go out and bring in the business.
Oh,
And I
wow.
get
So you're saying,
commission.
now that even the structure of your business is that you equip people. So how is it that you in that particular scenario, how does that come back around to you? Because that makes sense to me as an insurance agent, because we have what you call residuals, and what you have, I don't know why I can't think of the word right now, but your upline, the person in your hierarchy that's above you, gets part of the commission that you receive for any sales that you make. Are you talking about something like that?
Yes, emotional support, expertise. I've been doing this for 20 years now, so I have the experience. Marketing, I help them with, providing leads, those type of things. Everything they need in order for them to achieve success.
Okay.
Because the biggest problem that we talked about is startup. But you know what? A lot of millionaires become millionaires by working for someone. Now, not working for an employer, not working for, but working for someone where they draw a commission.
Oh,
I
okay.
learned that. Yeah, about 60% of millionaires are successful working for someone.
Wow. So they became a millionaire by being employed by somebody.
By being employed into a position where they can earn a large commission.
Gotcha.
And they don't have to worry about the overhead. They work for a company that's already built a platform where you can make money off that company. I wish I'd known that 20, 30 years ago.
Say that again.
You don't have to, yeah.
Please, sir.
Still need some startup, but you don't need as much as far as building an entire company by yourself,
So you're saying, essentially, in the sense of, because I think we're on the precipice of something real important here for the show. We only got a minute left in this particular segment. We're going to come back to this and flesh it out a bit more, because what you said, I think, is a real game changer. So what you're talking about, and what we're going to get back into here in just a minute, is transitioning from being an employee to being a consultant. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes.
That's what we're talking about. So let me say this before we wrap this particular segment. That's a whole show. We're going to do a whole show on how you could, because a lot of people out there in our viewing audience, I know, who are business conscious, they're working a corporate job right now. And all they can think about, I don't have to pull punches on my show right here. All they can think about is all the money they're making for somebody else with the expertise that they've garnered over the years. So how can I translate my talents and my skills to be able to fund myself to become that millionaire based off of the skills that I have? That's a whole show we want to talk about. We want to get back into finance. I'm not mad at you, don't get me wrong. We're going to get back into finance when we come back, because I want the people to be exposed to all the knowledge. And this, I'm talking about bringing you back for that subject matter right there, so we can talk about moving from being a consultant, from being an employee to being a consultant, because we know how lucrative those consulting contracts, and influential, by the way, those consulting contracts can be. So when we come back, we're going to take a deeper dive into finance with Mr. Malcolm Pryor. He's going to tell us how even from the startup, how to structure our businesses so we can qualify and be in position to get the money we need to realize the ideas and dreams we have as entrepreneurs. So stay with us. You're watching Street MBA.
Hey there, thanks for taking time to watch this video. My name is Sherman On. My purpose is to leave a legacy by positively impacting others. I've chosen my career to work at Hotelling Insurance Services. We are a nationally licensed and fully independent risk management family office. Hotelling Insurance Services specializes in developing robust protection strategies to meet the unique needs of our diverse clientele. With over 20 years of experience in navigating the distinct exposures that arise in advanced risk mitigation planning, through our all-encompassing approach, we develop high-level estate and business solutions, employee benefit programs, and property and casualty strategies. If we can be of benefit to you, your family, your business, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me on my cell phone at 262-271-4411. We look forward to hearing from you and hearing your story. Have yourself a fantastic day. Sherm's out.
If you are looking for someone who can provide stunning photography and videos and knows exactly what it takes to get your listing sold or boost your personal brand, Matt Pierce Photography is your solution. My focus is on helping you make the very best first impression that you possibly can. We help you use images and videos effectively in your brand and marketing design to tell your story. Give your corporate image the presence it deserves. Your headshot and your branding is your first impression with clients and business partners. What message are you sending? At Matt Pierce Photography, we believe that pictures and video make information easier to remember, so it makes your message stick. With clean, sleek, simple, and powerful, well-edited images and videos will make you stand out from the crowd. Get your products or listings sold quicker and establishing you as an expert, attracting new clientele. We also offer an array of other products and services such as video walkthroughs, property and agent commercial videos, and a full-service video production house to help bring your story to life. See, when you grow, we grow. So let's grow together. Matt Pierce Photography is your solution for your real estate, corporate, branding, or marketing photography and video needs. Take a decisive step on growing your image and telling your brand story. Call me today for a free consultation.
Welcome back to Street MBA. Listen, we in the thick of things already. This conversation is juicy. I'm telling you. So, Mr. Malcolm Pryor, please tell us, I'm a brand new business and I have done nothing. I haven't sold a thing, haven't purchased a thing. Is there financing available for my business straight out the door? So, as I was saying, we go further into this conversation, we're going to learn more and more about what it is we need to do to position ourselves to have the business and the capital we need starting out. So, Mr. Malcolm Pryor, again, I'm asking, can we get money for our business idea, because it's not even a business yet, for our business idea starting out?
And the answer is yes, you can. But you have to actually talk to a consultant. Now, of course, I'm pushing myself, but there's other guys out there that knows the business also. The first thing is, there's power in the name. So important that you name your business. And you mentioned that too, Jonathan. I heard you mention that earlier about the name. It's so important. People don't understand. If you name your company Jackson Real Estate Service, you're not going to get any financing. It's going to be very difficult for you to get financing based on the name.
Really? Explain that a little bit more for us. Why would Jackson Real Estate Service be a bad name?
Yes. So when you're dealing with banks, you're dealing with lending institutions, there are certain industries that are marketable for funding.
Okay.
And so you have to identify those industries. Okay. Now, if you're not in an industry and you're a consulting company, you can say,
sir, I'm going to pause you again because it's important, because I can see it in my head, the importance of things, because people are both visual and they're auditory. So when you said, what's the word you used? Two words, marketable
and fundable. That's where fundable.
Okay, you said a marketable finance marketable business for financing.
Yes.
So there's certain industries you're saying that they give money to. So please flesh that out a bit more for us.
Right. So of course, like construction, transportation, a restaurant business, all those businesses are what they deem to be, fundable type business. But when you say real estate, and that's more of a risk. Now, okay, so what we're talking about is what they deem as high risk industries.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Real estate, pawn shops, anything of sexual content, of course. But those names, anything that refers to those names, automatically a red flag to those lenders.
Oh wow! So even if you, let's just say, for instance, you just happen to like a name about some freaky stuff, and that was the name of your business, but in fact it was a plastics manufacturing company, that would raise a red flag with the bank because it sounded sexual, and you may get turned down, although you have a legitimate factory that could be funded and be a great investment for that particular bank. Is that what you're really telling me right now, Malcolm?
That is correct. That would be a factor. You know, they have ratings, they have certain tiers,
Right.
how they place you in the funding part. That's not going to help your tier. That's not going to help at all.
Okay.
That's just one strike. Now, if you got 800 credit scores, then you know you have
Right.
But
They'll
you want to
overlook some
start off.
things.
you want to start off by not shooting yourself in the foot. So the name is very important. The name.
So we need to learn what is it. So we need to be consulting you, even in regards to our name, because you need to tell us, and even reference to the business I want to even do, because what we're talking about is what's a high risk business.
Right.
So we can take that into consideration now as well. Can you talk a bit more about that? You may have an idea that's high risk, and you may need to reiterate your idea because of the perils that you're going to face trying to get that business off the ground. Can you talk about a little bit more about that?
Right. So so the high risk, we have a list of businesses or industries that are high risk, automatic. That's standard. And then we know the businesses or industries that you can venture in that are less riskier concerning the lender, as far as the lender's mindset. Okay. Now, the name you could still be in real estate, but you can say Johnson's Consultant or so the name, you could still be in your industry, but the name can't reflect something that's high risk. Okay?
Wow, man. That's some valuable knowledge right there, man. That's some valuable knowledge. Listen, I would pay the ticket price for that piece of information alone. Right there. That's good stuff. I want you to talk a little bit about, because I know a little behind the scenes, because I have known you for some time now. Can you tell us a little bit about the importance of how long you've had your corporation, or an aged corporation, as the industry term is?
Yeah, wow. I was just thinking that. So you have to have the business for at least 6 months to be credit worthy or funding worthy. I'm sorry, funding worthy.
Funding worthy.
Funding worthy.
So before you even, after you went to the Secretary of State, you got your name, they sent you back the official document that you actually registered on the date, retroactive to when you actually did it. But you walk into the bank with your EIN, you set up your checking account, all that good stuff, and what you just said to us is, that's all fine and dandy, but you can't actually apply for anything. You can, but it wouldn't be wise to even think about using your business to get some funding until when?
About 6 months. Now there's an exception to the rule.
Okay.
If you have some personal income, you're generating substantial personal income of like 50, 100, 50,000 and up.
Okay.
You can achieve a startup SBA loan.
So
now,
would the 50,000 secure the SBA loan? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because what they're doing is they're looking at your personal income.
Okay.
Even though you have a startup business, and they'll give you some startup funds, $25,000 to start up if you have a substantial personal income. Now, what I mean by substantial is enough income to cover your personal debt, and then based on their percentage, to cover your personal debt and the loan itself. Okay.
Oh wow. Wow. This is man.
Yeah.
I'm taking it slow.
Your audience need to know they have to consult with people as yourself, Jonathan, and myself, because I mean, this is what we do. We eat and sleep this thing. You know what I mean? I'm not a surgeon, but I'm in this business. This is all I do.
Yeah.
And we have to know the loopholes. You got to know the things, the factors involved. You can't just go to the bank and say, I want some money. And the bankers sound like they're very experienced, but they're not. They're not experienced in the industry like we are. Right. Because they're bankers. They have other things they're worried about. But we're experiencing how to obtain money. They're not. That's not what they're there for. They're not trying to loan you money. They're trying to allow you to open up an account so they can keep their quota.
I want to know real quick. Do you have a hat that says "I get money" on it? Because I think you should use that as part of your marketing. So you can walk around.
I need that because we do get money. Because of course, like you said, money makes money, right? So I get a success fee based upon the money that you get.
So let me say this. Let me ask you this real quick because we're
Yes.
starting to run short on time, and don't let me get too far before we give people opportunity to find out how they can keep in contact with you. But let me
Okay,
ask
sure.
you this. I was speaking to a gentleman who had a brand new business. It was a liquor store / smoke shop, right? And he was talking about, and it was doing well. You know, I think he told me he invested somewhere to the tune of $40,000, and within 8 months, and this is during the pandemic of opening it, he had already he was already in the black, meaning that he had already earned back all the money that he had invested in that particular business. But in reference to this conversation we're having now, I said to him, well, if you're talking about opening more stores, then why don't you talk to me? Because we can, with the type of cash flow that you have right now, we can help you get a loan. And his comment to me was, I don't need a loan. So what do you have to say to the business owner? Because of course our conversation went further, but what do you have to say to the business owner that says, hey, I'm cash flowing pretty good. Why would I put myself in debt?
Well, because the banks don't loan you money until you cash flow. So what if you stop cash flowing? It's going to be difficult for you to obtain any lines of credit. So in that instance, I would definitely seek some lines of credit. I would definitely have him to consult with us so he can obtain lines of credit.
But he says he doesn't need them. You know, he got a liquor store.
Well,
People they're not gonna stop buying liquor. So he just save his money and then just go ahead and use his own money. He don't have to use other people's money.
Well, he's not, because okay, you have a liquor store. You're talking about working capital, inventory. That's the biggest thing we're dealing with a liquor store is inventory. And then if you want to expand, then you have to have certain lines of credit to generate that. But the lines of credit are there. You don't have to necessarily use that line of credit. It's
Okay.
there when you need it. But I would definitely have him to consult with us so we can talk to the bankers about getting him a line of credit now because he's generating cash flow. What happens a year from now? He doesn't know if he's going to generate cash flow a year. I hope he does, but I'm saying you never know. Now is the time to generate that to obtain lines of credit.
So this is another thing that you're telling, another principle that we need to make sure we catch is that although you may be doing well in your business right now, you need to take this, because you're in a good financial position, use that good financial position to further your financial position. So in the event things take a turn, you're already ready to absorb the blow or the waves from that particular tsunami trying to come your way. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
That's correct. I mean, I got a good example. I have a good example about a liquor store. I had a client that had a liquor store doing very well, $200,000-$300,000 a year in revenue.
Okay.
Someone ran into her business, a liquor
What do
store.
you mean? You mean like with a vehicle?
With a vehicle. It was an accident, but her insurance didn't cover. I don't know what happened. I don't understand the policies involved. I'm Jonathan. You may want to help her out, but insurance didn't cover enough, and so that devastated her business, and she's out of business right now.
So check this out. So obviously her limits weren't high enough for her insurance, and the reason why people don't put their limits high enough is because they don't want to invest in that money. They don't want to spend that money for that insurance policy. But that's another hard lesson learned. That's that street talk here on Street MBA. That's when cheap money becomes expensive. The cheap has become expensive. But before we go, I want to make sure that people out there can contact you and exploit your services, sir. So please share with us how we can contact you.
Yes, you can contact me directly on my cell. Office number is 713-863-7620, 713-863-7620, or my cell 281-508-5616. And I'll be happy to consult with you guys and kind of give you info of what's, everything you need as far as starting a small business and maintaining an existing business. We've been
Awesome.
in business over
Can they
30
text
years
you as
now.
well?
Well,
You cover
I have
people
the
texting?
experience 30 years. So I'm willing to help. No problem.
Are you a text guy as well? Are you willing to text with people if they want to text you?
Yeah, I love text, and I'm an introvert, so text and email is one of my favorite.
Absolutely. Well, listen,
ways to communicate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malcolm Pryor. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. When we come back, we're going to wrap it up. You're watching Street MBA.
Thank you.
Hi, My name is Amelia Young, and I am a breast cancer survivor. When I was diagnosed with cancer in 2016, I endured not only difficult physical challenges, but also mental challenges such as anxiety, depression, anger, and a great uncertainty about the future. In 2017, I went into remission, and I decided my goal was to provide to women like me a supportive and nurturing place to retreat, recharge, and heal. That is why I created Sumantra Holistic and became a breast cancer mentor and healing minister. I know from experience what you and your loved ones are going through, the sadness, the fear, the anger, and I know how to mentor you and yours during these difficult times. Let me help you. Let me be part of your holistic healing process. Let's walk this path together towards peace, health, and mental balance.
It's Street MBA in the streets, and I have the wonderful Kendra right here. And we have a quick question for her because we are asking regular folks what do they think about entrepreneurship, and we would like to know from Kendra, what is an entrepreneur? What she thinks it takes to be an entrepreneur.
I always thought it took a lot of money.
Okay.
A lot of money and a lot of willpower. Because it's easy to get discouraged and easy to be intimidated going out on your own.
Yeah.
Trying to be successful.
So you think that it's a hindrance? Because you talked about some things prior to us being on camera about some big ideas. So you think your ideas are bigger than what you're capable of doing?
I felt that way for years, yes,
Okay.
because of financial reasons primarily. I've been very intimidated about taking out a huge loan to try to start it up, and also have some. I feel that I would need help and guidance and trying to secure all the people that I need to help me. To make
So
it happen.
we need Kendra to stay tuned because that's exactly what we talk about on Street MBA. We are creating a network of people to work together to bring about people's dreams and do great things in the community. Stay tuned. Street MBA. Hey, I'm gonna ask you one more time. I'm not gonna ask you one more time. I just sounded like my mother. I can hear my mother talking just now. I'm gonna ask you again to please contribute to the show. The question that we have right now is, what is an entrepreneur? What does it take to be an entrepreneur? So it's a two-part question. What is an entrepreneur? And then, what does it take to be an entrepreneur? You can answer both, or you can answer one of them. You can send your submissions to @URBOYJD on Instagram or at Watch Street MBA on Instagram as well. You can also send it to my email. It's jonathan@ggcgroupcorp.com. If you would like to send any, you can send me a link to your video. The same way we did with Kendra. Of course, we'll screen it, and then we'll put it on the show because we want to have pertinent videos. We want people to know and their voices to be heard. We want to get different perspectives because, listen, you don't know what people don't know until they begin to tell you. That's one thing in sales. One of the greatest skills you can bring to any negotiation is your listening skills. That's a whole nother show. We're not going to talk about that right now. But let's get back to what we actually received today in this particular show. I told you that your socks were going to be blessed off. I just didn't know what the magnitude of this thing was going to be today. Listen, Malcolm said to us in the first half, in the first interview, he said, you need to know yourself. Now, I'm pulling back the curtain a little bit about some of the things that we're working on, but one thing that we're working on right now is we're working on getting somebody on the show that can do a regular segment about wellness. Yes, about wellness. Because how are you going to be able to be a blessing to your family, to your spouse first, to your family, to your household, to your community if you're not well. We're not, listen, don't get all weird on me right now because you think I'm getting weird right now. I'm not talking about we're going to have yoga sessions on Street MBA. That's not what I'm talking about. But we do need some encouragement to make sure we take care of our mental health, right? Make sure we take care of our mental selves, correct? Because listen, if we're a person that flies into fits of rage, or as we like to call it out here, we just spazzing out, you're not going to be able to maintain business relationships like that. People aren't going to want to work with you. You may be the most talented artist out there, and you may make lots of money because people will overlook a lot of flaws because of your talents. However, you're going to have less because you're so troubled. So that's one thing we want to bring to the table as well, is helping people understand the importance of who they are, because that's what Malcolm talked about, knowing yourself. If you know about your personality, if you go ahead and stop lying to yourself and be honest and say, you know what, I may want to be the salesman out front, I may want to be the lead man on a microphone in this particular band I call my life right here and my business, but I don't really have the personality like that guy or that guy, right? I'm not talking about being down on yourself. I'm talking about being honest with yourself. If you're more interested in crunching the numbers and doing research than you are in talking with people, then that's telling you something about yourself, and you need to orient your business based on your strengths. I'm not saying that you shouldn't develop sales skills. I'm not saying that you shouldn't develop other analytical skills beyond the ones that you currently have and not be a well-rounded person. But what I am saying to you is, if all you ever can, if what's comfortable for you is talking in a monotone all of the time, then you probably don't need to be the one with the microphone. And that's okay. You can be the manager. You can be the person with the vision. You can be the person creating all the processes behind the scenes, and you're going to be great, and your company is going to be great because everybody's in their proper position. That doesn't even really have anything to do with finance. That's just business in general. These are business principles that we're making sure that you get. Then we took a deeper dive. Man, did we take a deeper dive. Wow, he talked about your business, making your business marketable and fundable. Even going all the way to your name, how important your name is, and not being categorized in a high-risk industry that will prevent you from certain opportunities. Listen, where are you getting that type of information? Did you know that? I didn't even consider that. Now, mind you, I've run up against and I've read the exclusions for certain types of businesses on loan applications several times. I would say dozens of times. I've read the disclaimers. Because it's copy and pasted on so many contracts, I don't even bother reading them anymore, to be honest with you. But what I am saying to you is this. We know now for sure how we need to structure our business so that we're in position to get the funding that we need to realize our dreams. Listen, you got it right here on Street MBA. Where else did you get it? Where you got it right here on Street MBA. I need you to subscribe. I need you to like this video if you're watching it on YouTube. I need you to tell your friends and family. Listen, I'm putting stuff on social media all the time, mostly from my personal Instagram account because this is my personal affair right here. But I also have a separate page for Street MBA. It's called Watch Street MBA. That's the name of the page, both on Instagram. So please support, share this information. We're giving great information. Listen, I do want you to call upon the professionals that we have out here as well as providing this information to us. So stay with us. We continue to innovate. We continue to increase. We want to bring good content. So comment on the videos on YouTube so we can have a discussion and a conversation. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Street MBA.
This has been a Now Media television feature presentation. All rights reserved.